Tokyo in Money Heist is arrogant, self-absorbed, and reckless enough to repeatedly endanger the lives of those around her. So why do we continue to root for such a character?
You get bored. Then what? You molest a young woman at gunpoint? Irresponsible, unpredictable, superficial, selfish. Does that define you?
Tokyo from Money Heist is arguably the show's most important and watchable character. We meet her when she's a fugitive hiding from the police before the professor swoops in and ropes her into the ultimate heist. Many fans of Money Heist are quite vocal in their dislike of Tokyo's character, calling her annoying, a moron, and just hard to watch. And they have good reason to hate her. As the high-stake heist begins, she makes no effort to hide her belief that she knows best and repeatedly deviates from the professor's carefully thought-out plan. She can't make up her mind about whether she loves Rio or not, acts extremely possessive, and lashes out at others when things don't go her way. At one point, she leads a mutiny and puts herself in charge, literally gambling with someone's life in a game of Russian roulette. In theory, she's a hard character to like, but we can't stop watching her. The contradictions keep us on our feet. As the show progresses, we begin to notice a duality in Tokyo. She feels guilt and remorse about Moscow's death, which indirectly was her fault. And later, when Nairobi's life is in danger, Tokyo puts her own interests aside in order to protect Nairobi. Tokyo begins to show her loyalty towards her team and sacrifices her life in the end, almost like an act of redemption. Her sacrifice and grief over her ex-boyfriend's death, for which she blames herself, make us realize that she is capable of caring for other people. At the same time, she just can't help being the bad girl destroying others' lives to get over her own misery. And so, as viewers, a lot of us are able to tolerate or even justify some of her most thoughtless actions in what researchers call moral disengagement. The duality in Tokyo's character is also evident in the way the show treats her. On the one hand, she is powerless in the way she is sexualized and portrayed as the typical hysterical, ridiculous woman who doesn't see things through. But on another level, as the narrator, she is given the power to interact directly with the audience. Feminist critics who have studied heist films remark that these are often male-centered if not male-obsessed. But in Money Heist, Tokyo's voice is the pulse of the series. This is a subversion of the typical heist format in which we don't expect a woman to be this impulsive and unafraid to challenge the men in charge. Tokyo self-proclaims herself to power, and that's why we find her subversion badass. However, experts have also pointed out that the mere presence of a woman as a protagonist in the heist genre, like Tokyo, does not remove the largely sexist tropes employed in other parts of the story. The show still has sexist undertones, and Tokyo's character even conforms to them, making her not the perfectly empowered woman we would like. We love to hate Tokyo because of precisely this. She's unpredictable. As viewers and people, we like putting others into neat categories. Someone could be good and kind, bad and self-absorbed. We prefer them to stay in one mold, but Tokyo defies this. She doesn't fit the expectations of the hot girl trope. She doesn't do what women in heist narratives are supposed to do. Even her death and the way she dies is unnerving. The contradictions are unsettling to watch, making us always want to come back for more.
When it's not always raining, there'll be days like this.